Hello students, welcome to the second semester Generic English course. I am Dr. Vidya Patil, serving as Associate Professor of English at Government First Grade Women's College, Bidar. I am going to guide and assist you during this course. English is not a native language for any of us, but still we need to learn and master this foreign language for professional reasons. Studying this generic English course will help you to understand the nuances of the English language and also get more fluent while communicating in this language. I am sure you all must be eager to know what you are going to study in this course. So, in this video, we will try to understand what are the different topics which are included in your syllabus and which you need to study in this course. The generic English course is divided into two sections. The first section is the workbook and the second section is the course book. The workbook comprises of two units. Unit 1 is receptive skills and Unit 2 is productive skills. These two units deal with the basic language skills. Second section, the course book, deals with the prescribed textbook. So, each of these textbooks will have 8 lessons, 7 lessons and 1 translation activity. So, this is how your entire curriculum has been planned. Let us now try and understand what are the various topics which you will study under the first section, that is the workbook. As I have told you earlier, the first section of your generic English course is the workbook. This workbook deals with the basic language skills. Whenever we want to learn any new language, there are 4 basic skills which we need to learn. So, when we are learning a language, we learn to speak, listen and understand, read and write in that language. Therefore, speaking, listening, reading and writing are the 4 main language skills. These language skills are subdivided into the receptive skills and the productive skills. These skills usually work in pairs. When we are listening, we usually consume a language. However, when we are writing or speaking, we are producing the language. We are creating something of our own. So, if we want to learn a language, if we want to be fluent in using any language, we need to master both the receptive skills as well as the productive skills. The receptive skills are reading and listening, whereas the productive skills are writing and speaking. So, let us now see which are the topics which we will be studying under the receptive skills. Receptive skills, that is reading and listening, are passive skills. Whenever we are learning a new language, learners begin with the receptive understanding of the language and then they move on to the productive use. Whenever you have learned your native language, you begin with listening the language. Then later on we learn to read and write in the language. Receptive skills naturally support the productive skill. Now, under receptive skills, there are 7 topics which you will be studying during this course. The first chapter is about reading a passage and giving it a suitable title. So you will have to practice around 3 passages and learn to give a title which is suitable to the content which has been given in that particular passage. The second chapter deals with improving your vocabulary. So here you will be studying topics such as synonyms and antonyms, prefix and suffixes, and words which are often confused. The third chapter again is regarding reading for vocabulary enhancement. So you will again have to study 3 passages and try to understand the different kinds of words which have been used in those passages. The fourth chapter deals with barriers to effective listening. So whenever we are trying to listen to something, we may face various kinds of barriers, especially verbal and non-verbal in nature. So understanding which are these barriers will help us to control and effectively enhance our listening skills. We will also be studying about the different types of listening. So we will try to understand how to listen more effectively and try to gain as much information as possible through this effective listening. Then in the 6th chapter, we will try to learn various techniques to improve our listening skills. In the last chapter, there are various activities which you will have to participate in so that you can improve your listening skills. In this way, the first unit, receptive skills, will help you to develop your listening and reading skills. Second unit is the productive skills. Speaking and writing are the different productive skills. These are also known as active skills because here you trying to create something new using these skills. Usually these productive skills are practiced after the receptive skills. So whenever you read a lesson, then at the end of the lesson, you are given exercises which are related to the productive skills. Under the second unit, there are again 6 chapters which you will need to study. You will be studying and understanding reported speech. So, converting sentences from direct to indirect is something which you have been doing from your lower classes. You will also learn dialogue writing. Then we will try to understand which are the different types of communication, especially verbal and non-verbal communication. We will also understand and learn the basic concepts behind summarizing, speech writing, and essay writing. So, through these different topics, you will be able to improve and enhance your speaking and writing skills. The second section of this course is the course book. As I have already told you, the course book deals with the textbook which has been prescribed. The textbook prescribed for BSc second semester is titled Splash. In this textbook, we will be studying 7 chapters followed by certain translation activities. The first chapter is titled Freedom is My Birthright, which is one of the most powerful and inspiring speeches of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who is also popularly known as Lokmanya Tilak. In this particular speech, he talks about freedom, which is his birthright, and also about the concept of Swaraj or self-rule. The next chapter is titled beauty isn't what is seen. This is again based on the teachings of Nick Wojcik, who is a famous painter, swimmer, skydiver, and then motivational speaker. Here he discusses and tries to make us understand about how self-love should always be selfless and not selfish in nature. The next chapter is titled Climate Change is in Everybody's Backyard. This is an interview with Robert Redford, who is a multifaceted personality. He is a famous actor, director, producer, and also a noted environmental activist. Here, he tries to emphasize about the fact that climate change is something which each one of us needs to think and understand and find a solution to. The next chapter is based on diary writing, and we need to study a few diary entries from the the world famous diary of a young girl written by Anne Frank, who wrote about the German Holocaust. In this chapter, we will be studying two entries, one written on 8th July 1942 and the other written on 26th May 1944, from which we will be able to understand the grave situation in which Anne Frank and her family had to go through. The next chapter is titled Caged Bird. It is a poem written by Maya Angelou, who is an acclaimed African American poet, storyteller, and an activist. In this famous poem, she talks about various concerns such as racial oppression, freedom, captivity, happiness, and sorrow. The next chapter is regarding graphic narratives. So, here we will be trying to understand this particular concept of graphic narratives, where you narrate a story through pictures or sketches. The next chapter is an extract from William Shakespeare's famous tragic play, Othello. We will be trying to read and understand Desdemona's monologue. So, here, Desdemona, who is one of the main characters, is asking for help from her friend Iago to win back her husband's love. So, we will try to understand the character of Desdemona through this monologue. Lastly, we have to go through a translation activity where you will need to translate at least 3 paragraphs from Kannada to English and another 3 paragraphs from English to Kannada. So these are the various topics which you will be studying under the second section, that is the course book. Students, you must now have had a fair idea of what we will be studying under the generic English course. In the next videos, we will take up each of these units and each of these chapters one by one. I hope you will enjoy this journey and learn many new concepts during this second semester generic English course. I hope you like this video. Thank you.